At the bottom of page 361, number 1, says to open our navigation pane. Now what we're going to do is open the sub-report we just made in design view. So not the big report, but the sub-report, the small thing that we just made. And you always want to do this to make sure that all your fields are, that you can see everything in each field in those sub-reports. So we want to go down to seminar offerings by customers. So come down. And since it's a sub-report, it'll be in our reports section. Seminar offerings by customer. Right click and choose design view. Alright, so this is what we just made as a sub-report. And go to page 363 and it tells us to go ahead and close that navigation pane. Then click on the customer number control. So customer number, see these are titles, right? Each of these are titles, and the controls are in the detail section. Alright, and remember you can tell the difference because the controls are solid and you can't see through to the dots, and labels are not solid and you can see the dots in the background. So specifically says the customer number control in the detail section. Hold the shift key down and choose the customer number control in the report header section. So we'll click on that. Notice that they're separated right now. Alright, then it says to adjust the labels. Hit delete. So we're going to delete these. And then it tells us to adjust the labels on the rest of the report. So we need to move everything down. So we can select those and hold our shift key and select those. Notice I clicked in the left margin over there on the ruler, and we can move everything over like that. And also notice that they put seminar code. See these titles? So we'll click out to deselect, click in once, click in front of the word code, and to enter we do shift enter, and that moves it down. So click out and notice it resizes our header section of that sub-report. Do the same thing with description, and you can see in your book that they've done all that on figure 6-44. Shift and enter. They did it to all of these labels. So total hours also. Make sure you're right in front of the second word. You don't want to have an extra space on the enter. Total hours and hours remaining. And if it's highlighted and you hit enter, it'll erase whatever's highlighted. So make sure that nothing's highlighted either. Alright, then it says change the sizes and positions of the controls to match what it is in the picture. So our seminar code goes to about 1 inch. So that's interesting. For some reason my microphone thing's showing right there. So about 1 inch, we're going to say that's an inch right there. Our seminar description goes out to a little over 3.5. So if you select that and then select this one, and that will resize both of them at the same time, they'll be together, and move that out to 3.5. Okay. Total hours. Now see how it took over total hours, so we will select the rest. Remember, our mouse can do that for us. And we can move this down so that it's not on top of the other. And it looks like total hours goes out to 4.5. So we will resize those. Probably should have worked backwards. So 4.5. Alright, and then move hours spent and hours remaining down. And it looks like hours spent goes out past almost to 5.5. So we'll deselect, select just these two past 5.5. Hours spent. Looks more like 5.25. And then hours remaining is the last one. It looks okay. So we're just going to select those two. And that one goes out to just past 6, I would say. So we're going to make this a little bit smaller and drag this in to just past 6. Alrighty then. And if we don't like it, we can always change it later. So we can turn the page, and it wants us on page 364 to look at print preview. And that's what it's going to look like. Not too bad considering it's the first time we've done it from scratch. And then we're going to click on close print preview and make sure that no controls are selected, so you can just click out there or whatever. If mine were already deselected. Now we want to select the seminar description control in the detail section, and then we want to click on the property sheet. So let's open that up, and we want to go to all tab, and we want to choose can grow. So this can get bigger if the description needs it. And can grow is further down, even further than I went. Let's try the bottom. Here we go. Can grow is right after running some. So we're going to click on can grow where it says no right now. We'll click on the down arrow and change it to yes. Alright, so that's going to get bigger or smaller as it needs so that you can see the entire description. Alright, then we are going to close our property sheet, and on page 365 we're going to grab the boundary and drag it out to almost 6.5, or drag it in to almost 6.5. So we're going to drag it in and get it as close to hours remaining as possible so you don't have a lot of blank space. Then we're going to click on the Report Design Tools Format tab. So we're going to go to Format, and we're going to click on the ruler to the left of the detail section. So that's going to be here. That will select all of those controls, and we're going to choose bold. Then we're going to choose the ruler to the left of Report Header, which will select all of the labels, and we're going to make those italics. Then we will click on the title bar for Report Header. So click. Notice the whole bar is black, and we want to click on the background color button, and that's in the Format tab. We got background image. So background color is the bucket. Click on the down arrow. Click white in the first row of the standard colors, and that will make, notice the whole background just turned white. And then we're going to choose save. And what that did is now all of your headers, or all of these titles, will be with a white background. So we save, we close, excellent, and turn the page. Now we're going to resize the subreport and the report in Design View. So now we're going to open up our navigation pane, open up the Book Rep Master List in Design View. So we're going to book rep master list in design view. Alright, and we're going to resize two things in here. First, we're going to resize our seminar offerings by customer, and we're going to drag it into the 7-inch mark. So drag this in to right there. So there is just enough room. And in fact, notice how mine went to a scroll bar. So it might be good to go ahead and make it wide enough so that there is not a scroll bar. And sometimes you just have to click just exactly right. There we go. Alright, so it's not always easy. Or you're going to keep the scroll bar no matter what. Alright, we're going to go ahead and grab it in and just work with it like it is. Alright. So then it says drag the detail section lower boundary so that you have the same amount of space below their subreport as what's shown in the picture 650. So notice that we're going to grab this and drag it up. And it looked like it was right on it almost. So we're going to say like that. So that moved that section up. Now, if you need, scroll back up to the top. But what they want us to do is click the label of the subreport. So seminar offerings by customer. So we're going to click on the label itself, and we're going to delete that label. And then it says to drag the report border again to this location, and I think that we have already done that, but we'll drag it in a little bit more just to say that we did. And then we're going to modify section properties. So on page 367 it says click the book rep number header bar. So book rep number header, click on that bar so you know that whatever we're doing to the entire book rep number section. Make sure that our all tab is selected, so we're going to go to property sheet and our all tab, and we want to slide down to repeat section property. And so repeat section property is right here. Right now it says no, so if this took up more than one page, we would have no idea what the book rep number was. So we're going to go to repeat sections, and we are going to say yes. And then we are going to click on force new page property box. So force new page right here. Right now it says none. Click on the down arrow, and they want us to choose before section. Alright, so the new page at the end of each section, so when it gets done with all the book rep numbers, then it's going to make a new page even if it's not the end of that page. So on page 368 it says too, we're going to add some stuff into our page header. So click on our design tab, which mine is still there. Go ahead and close that property sheet, and then we're going to choose the title button. So click on title, and notice it says book rep master list, because whatever is here, whatever is saved as here, is what's going to pop up there. And then we're going to choose page numbers. So come over here and slide up to page numbers, and we get to choose what we want our page numbers to look like. So page end should be selected, top of page should be selected, left alignment should be left, and show number on first page should be selected. So click on OK, and it's going to show us that we have our page header now, and we have page end to page, which is, it'll show us how many total pages and what page we're on. So this is on our left side. And now we're going to add in our date and time button. So come to date and time. And for this, we are going to choose the third option for include date. Under include time, we're going to deselect or take that check mark out. And then we're going to say OK. Alright. And now notice that our date is up here in our report header. So we're going to take that out and put it into our page header. So the first thing we want to do is go to the Home tab, and on page 369, number 4, it says with the control containing date, so that's this one right here, we are going to choose cut. So we've cut it out. You can't, let me show you something just real quick in case you're wondering. You cannot grab and drag and let go. It will not pass borders or header sections. Alright, that's why you have to do a cut. So we're going to cut it, click in the page header, so click on the title bar for our page header, and then we're going to click on paste. Now it's stuck it clear over here, but all we have to do is right arrow. Whoa, my computer's having a grand time. And we'll stop it at about 7. Okay, and then turn the page. So now, just like we adjusted the way the header looked for our sub report, we're going to do the same thing for our entire report. So we're going to right click our report header, and notice right now it's a grayed background. So we are going to right click that, and we want to choose fill back color arrow and choose white in the first row. If I can get it to cooperate, there we go. And notice that it is now white. Now it says right click the detail section. Remember before how it alternated gray and then white for every other customer? We are going to go to the alternate fill black color, and we are going to choose none. So we will no longer alternate. And then it says using the same techniques, remove the alternate color from the other sections. So we've already done it to report header, but it's always good. Let's right click, and we can come into fill black color, and it's already grayed out, so we can't do an alternating thing. There's nothing there. Go to page footer, right click, and fill back, and there is no alternate. So notice that it's grayed out. Go to report footer, and it is grayed out right underneath the fill black. Okay, so it's all been done, and it will stay a solid white for every last one of them. Now save and then close. Alright, now open the main report in design view. Okay, so let's right click and go to design view. Excellent. And you might be asking why I closed it. No clue. Book said to. And then it says save and close. Awesome. Alrighty then. And we are not going to print. Okay. According to the book, good time for a break. See you back in a second.